ladies. First, I just want to say Happy New Year. I hope your January is going well so far. I mean, it's already over. Soon we're going to look up and it's going to be summertime. But today, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about something that I experience, and I have friends who experience, and people who may comment on one of my posts or who may send me a message experience, and that is anxiety and worry. And so what I thought about this time was that I would not only talk about it a little bit, but kind of give some tools or some things that I do to help me when I am anxious and worried, which happens quite a lot, sometimes more than I would like. But I'm learning how to give or cast my cares onto God, which is one of the verses that we'll be looking at. And I realized that I used to be thinking when the Bible verse says, do not worry. Yes, that's true. Do not worry. But the Lord also knows that we have emotions and that we have fears and that anxiety will come and rise up in us. And so what he also wants us to do is when it happens, because it inevitably will, is just like do not sin. We know that, but we still do. But he gives us a way to bring that thing to him. And so when we worry, even though it's not something that we want us to do, it's not something that the Lord wants us to do, when we do it, because we will, because we are human beings, we bring that worry and anxiety to him. And then he in turn will give us peace. And so that's what I wanted to kind of focus on today. One of the things that really helps me is kind of having like verses. It's a little book. Now, when I show it to you, it looks a little crazy because unfortunately, I had it on my couch and one of my dogs got to it before I got to them. So anyway, you might not be able to see, but you might. But I love this book. I've actually had it since 2017. It's called The Secret Power of Speaking God's Word. It looks like this. Don't pay attention to those things. And it's actually by Joyce Meyer. And I love it because it's so small and you could take it anywhere with you. Purple is one of my favorite colors, which doesn't have anything to do with this, but I just thought I'd say that. And actually why I love it is because it's a book that when you feel a certain emotion, you can go directly to this book and you can say, okay, I feel anger. That's on page 1. Anxiety and worry, which is what we're talking about. That's page 7. Confessions, that's page 20. Depression, page 62. Determination, favor, fear, forgiveness, page 98. Holiness, page 119. Hope, humility, pride, receiving God's love, rejection, self-control. I mean, just anything, patience, peace, insecurity, whatever it is that you waiting, walking in love, wisdom, worship, whatever it is. And it's in alphabetical order. And I just love it. And there are many, many books just like this that you could find if you don't have one. But I love it because if I feel anxious, I can just go straight to page 7. And I just go right there and I'm like, okay, I know I feel anxious. I need something right now. And then I get my verses. One of the ones that I've highlighted for us is, I cast the whole of my care, all my anxieties, all my worries, all my concerns, once and for all on him. For he cares for me affectionately and cares about me watchfully. And that's 1 Peter 5:7. Another one of my go-tos, I will not worry or be anxious about tomorrow, for tomorrow will have worries and anxieties of its own. Sufficient for each day is its own trouble. and that's Matthew 6:34. And then this one here is so like powerful. Like, it's really, when you really sit and think about worry, it's like, I've heard people say it's like you being in a rocking chair. You just keep, there's this action going on, which is in your head, replaying or playing out all the worst case scenarios, but you're not going anywhere, running in place. You're not going anywhere. Just a repetitive thing that's happening. My worrying, and being anxious will not add 1 unit of measure to my stature or the span of my life. Matthew 6:27. Let me read that again. My worrying and being anxious will not add 1 unit of measure to my stature or to the span of my life. When you think about that, you know, my worrying is not gonna do anything, you know, at all, except for give me anxiety and make me feel flustered. And now I can't sleep and I'm thinking about everything. And so I wanted to share that first, so that you would at least, you know, just have a tool or 1 or 2 or 3 verses that you could refer to. And you can also just do this with the Bible too. Like, if you know that you have an issue with anxiety or depression or pride or temptation, you can search. Just go to Google Bible verses about anxiety, and then they'll tell it to you, and then you go into your Bible and you pull those verses out yourself and write them. And you can even have a little notebook, and you can make your own book like this. I think I'm gonna do that. You can just get one of those black and white composition books if you want something a little prettier. And then you can say, okay, when I'm worried, these are my verses. When I'm angry, these are my verses. And actually, you know, when you go in and you actually research it and you write it and you have found it, and you've found it in the Bible, and now you're transcribing it to your journal or to your notebook, it kind of it's more special to you because you've done all the work. So that's something to think about. And I think I'm going to do that too. One of the other things that I was thinking about, or that I do, because I will sit up, like last night, this is so silly. I woke up worrying because, and she probably will kill me for this, my daughter can't find her retainer. So I woke up and I'm just in a tizzy because she can't find her retainer. Now, she's in college, you know, but she can't find her retainer. So I'm worrying, oh my gosh, I gotta call the doctor because, you know, if she doesn't have the retainer, this will happen, that will happen, all of this stuff. And I'm just going on in my mind, just going on. And I had to stop and say, okay, you can work on that tomorrow. Just call the doctor tomorrow. You know, I had to like physically speak to myself because I was all worked up about it. So this is a simple thing. It's just a sticky, any kind of color that you like. And you can say, you wake up in the night and you are worried about something, the bill. You're worried about the retainer. You're worried about the car trouble. And you take it, you write it down. You might even wake up out of your sleep. You take it, you write it down on your little sticky that's right by the side of your bed. And you say, okay, tomorrow. And you put that down there. And then you say, and you may even need to pray too, because sometimes that's not enough. Lord, please give me your peace. I am worried about such and such and such. I cast that to you. I give that to you. Please give me your peace, God. I want to go to sleep. I want to be able to relax. I want to be well rested. Please exchange my worry for your peace. Take a couple of deep breaths And you may even need to do that more than once. You may need to pick up your little book. You may need to even journal a little bit about your feelings and what you're worried about. You may even need to do that. But the thing of the whole matter is to say, you know what? I will not let these feelings of anxiety and worry keep me up. I will not have these feelings of anxiety and worry, ruining my sleep time, because, that's the time when it gets really strong. Is in the night, because everything's calmed down. You're not busy. You're not cooking. You're not working. You're not doing. All you have is the bed and your thoughts. And so we're saying right now that we are going to take control of our thoughts by taking them captive and actually bringing them under the submission of Christ. So we're taking our thoughts captive, and we're saying that that's what this is. I'm taking that thought about that health issue captive. Write it on that piece of paper, put it down by the side of my bed, and say, Lord, I give that to you. Please exchange my worry for your peace. So I just hope that helps. I really, thought about what I wanted to talk about for the first actual video of the year. So it's been a while. But, I don't want to just make videos just to make videos. I want to make videos that resonate with people, and that, people have issues with and want to kind of do better in. And so it may be like money management one time, or, depression, or family life, or children, or whatever. And as I said before, I may even, have some guests, and because there's people that can speak about things that are much more educated in certain subjects than I am. So just look forward to that, some new content. So like I said, the videos might not be weekly, but I'm really trying to not just do the video, but also have some verses and tools to go with it. So I hope that this was helpful. Get either a little book that has the verses that are specific to your concern, or as I said, do it yourself. Get a composition book or a little notebook, and you can say, you just go down the alphabet, or whatever it is. Like if it's rejection, you've been feeling really rejected, you've been feeling really lonely. So then you take that and you search Bible verses on loneliness, Bible verses on rejection, and you do the same thing. You research it and you write it in your book. And when you feel like that, you go and you grab your book and you read those verses that you researched and you wrote. And then you got your little sticky. When you wake up in the morning, middle of the night, and it's some kind of thing that's worrying you, you write it down on that little sticky. You put it at the side of your bed, and then you pray and say, Lord, I've cast it. Please help me. Replace this anxiety and worry that I'm feeling with your peace. And so I hope that this has been helpful for you all. And please put in the comments if there's anything that you do when you're anxious and when you're worried, or if there's anything that you would like me to do a video on, or if there's any verses that you find helpful for you. Please, add that. We want to encourage and help each other. And here on my channel, everybody's comments and I read them all. And I pray over all 50 of you. So I'm just grateful. I'm grateful for the opportunity to serve, and for the Lord to be using me in this way. So I hope you have a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.